Lockdown Learnings. I couldn't wait till Saturday to share this story with you. What happens when a doctor, an internal medicine doctor, treating COVID patients every day in very large numbers in a densely populated area like Brooklyn, NYC, gets infected herself? She fights, she survives, and she battles with her fears to go back to work within few weeks. Talking to me today is very inspiring Dr. Vrunda Kelkar. So we're joined by a fighter, a COVID fighter, and a doctor herself, Dr. Vrunda Kelkar, internal medicine, Brooklyn, NYC. Thank you very, very much, doctor, for taking time out. And it's indeed a great pleasure to see you all well.
Thank you. It's equally my pleasure as well.
Thank you so much. This is not an experience you would want to revisit even in your wildest dreams. Yet
True.
You're here to share your story.
I think the good side of going through something is you always come out stronger, right? So I'm happy that I can share and I have a platform.
So doctor, tell me, when the first cases of COVID started emerging, you are directly treating them and what was the scene like, the initial scene?
Well, just think about it. In all the Hollywood movies that you see, that, oh my God, the monster is hitting the major city, right? And you are in the state of panic, you are scared because you don't know how much power you have, you don't know how the things look like, so a lot of things were messy, we were not sure. Right. So the insane amount of exposure you get, and this disease is lethal, it can kill you, so you are scared to death for yourself, and in that panic you have hundreds of people moving around, and it's a mess.
Wow, I can even begin to think of how scary it could be.
It was never meant to cure the whole disease. Still we are far from the cure. Yeah. It was to make sure that the hospital system doesn't collapse. It's a level of different people, but they all are like a team.
You're all covered in hazmat suits and PPE kits. Doctor, how did you get it? How could I get it? Does that feeling come to you?
When this all started, right, I could see the fear on my face or on my colleague's face. Yeah. I remember first time when I started to cough, this is in the mid-April, I was crying. Usually I don't cry when somebody coughs. Yeah. That's my job to fix it. Right. But then when I was coughing, I had fevers and I was like, well, is this COVID? But that's the thing. We don't know that is even any PPEs are 100% protective. Now it feels forever, but it was just 2 months ago in New York. We didn't even have adequate PPEs. So you are wearing one N95 mask that is given to you and you have to wear till you soil it. So those times were horrible. We didn't have enough supplies. So I guess that could have been a potential reason and all that. That's why we recommend to wear masks, wash your hands, stay away from the people, don't go to crowded places. But there is nothing 100% which is proof that no, if you do this, you won't get.
What were your first symptoms and how long did you take to recover?
Oh, okay. So I guess the first symptoms, I had really high fevers, 102, 103, and you are just exhausted. I cannot even walk to my bathroom from my bedroom. It's that bad. Oh. You don't smell anything. You don't taste anything. You have no appetite. And the constant sense of fear that what if I just stop breathing? So that fear is very real. After a week, when I was okay, I think I'm not going to need hospitalization at least. There is no a cure to the disease itself.
Right.
And of course, the emotional side of it. So I live in New York, which is to have a 1-bedroom apartment is luxury here. It's very expensive. Yeah. And me and my husband, we both live in the same apartment here. And I had no choice to live in a different room. He was sleeping in the kind of our main room on a sofa for good 3 weeks. Wow. We do have a common bathroom. So every time I would have a huge pile of wipes, clean it up so I wouldn't infect him. We cannot use the common kitchen. So he would cook for me, leave outside my door in the front of the bedroom. Oh, I would pick up the food, water, and be okay, thank you. You just feel very bad for your family members too, because I don't think so. He deserves to, be in this whole thing if I was not a doctor.
When you're sick, the only thing you want is your loved ones around, and that actually makes you all right. We can't even be held, be comforted. by our own family, and
Yep.
that is very, very heartbreaking.
Even in the hospital, when we intubate people, which essentially means that you are putting a tube down under the anesthesia and you are hooking them to a breathing machine known as ventilator, you know that there is 88% chance that this person would never come it off of the machine and they may not even make it.
Wow.
So we make sure that you do FaceTime, or we have iPads for people who don't have like a smartphone. We will have like a small video meeting with the family that have to tell people that, hey, this is what it is.
Wow.
So just say goodbye, just tell them you love them, or just say whatever you want to. Because God forbid, if this is the last time you are seeing them, we want to make sure that you see them.
You're signing off death notes, calling unknown people, telling them that their folks have passed away. I think that is really something that one cannot imagine, right?
Exactly. This, I mean, as a doctor, it's a part of your job that you are kind of trained, quote unquote, to tell somebody and break off the bad news. But then there is, on a non-COVID day, you have a little breathing room. I have called people before in middle of the night that, I'm very sorry your husband passed away. I'm very sorry your mother passed away. It just feels awful. But then you have little breathing room of like 15, 20, 30 minutes. You can wash off your face and, like let that grief kind of be out of your system. But in this particular time, there is no break. You tell somebody this most horrible words, and then in next 2 minutes, there is somebody who is pulseless. There is somebody who needs intubation. There is somebody who is just dropping oxygen. That's crazy that you cannot even recover on your own. That's why so many doctors are facing a lot of mental trauma. When 9/11 happened, right, years ago, we lost about 3,000 lives.
Right.
In this COVID, we are losing that number of people every single day. We are risking our own lives to save yours.
Yeah.
All we are asking you to stay home for a few more days till we are in a better shape to tell you that, okay, this is a safe time. Please go and work. It's absolutely retarded how some people can even think like this.
I think this is a very, very strong message, and I'm so glad that you're spelling it out for all my viewers. Again, I request all of you to stay at home and stay indoors, like Dr. Vrunda is telling us. Dr. Vrunda, you've seen so many patients, and any story that has left, that has etched in your memory and will stay with you forever?
I guess I would say the most recent one that I have is, I remember we discharged a patient who was intubated, was on ventilator for God knows like 2-3 weeks, and he got better. He was leaving, and of course, meanwhile, he lost his job. His family was like done. His wife didn't have much to do, and when they were leaving, they actually left like a box of cookies for all of us.
Oh, mm-hmm.
And this guy has no money, literally no money.
Wow.
And he's like, no, you guys deserve this.
Yeah.
It's insane. The other day, I guess I was kind of passing by. So I live very close to the hospital. I just literally have to cross the street and walk like few steps, and I would be in the building itself. And at the 7 p.m. we switched the shift. This one young lady who was wearing mask and was like crying, and she literally kind of bumps into me because she saw me wearing scrubs, because I don't know when was the last time I wore normal clothes to the work. And then she's like, hey, do you work at the hospital? And I said, yes. And then I said, yeah, because of course I was in rush. I was kind of running late for my shift as well. And then she's like, but my father is admitted in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
He has like a stage 4 advanced metastatic lung cancer. And I don't know if he's going to make it. He just wants to have this like a Subway sandwich. I don't know. I'm sorry. It just bothers me so much that how somebody has to be in this spot. How do I give this to him? He just needs a Subway sandwich, which is nothing to ask for when you have few days or few weeks to live. Like what do you tell her? That this is wrong? you should not do this, or there is no answer to this demand or this request. So I went to the security building and I asked the person over there, and the security guy is like, doctor, there is no way, but that sandwich is gonna be soggy, right? So I was like, okay, let me see who's your father. And then I was like, oh, I think I know this name, because the patient turnover is so high every day that you barely even keep up with the name.
Yeah.
But I remember admitting him last night. I was like, I think I know this patient. So I took that sandwich, and as soon as I told her that I think he's on my floor and I'm on my way there, I can give it to him. I don't know. I don't want to cry on a video because it's gonna look really bad. But that the least you can do is to be kind, is to be human. And the moment that patient was able to have a Subway sandwich in this like a glass huge window that we have to make sure that we can also monitor patients from outside, this guy opens the sandwich and offers me half of it.
Oh my God.
You know you have a lethal disease to begin with. On the top of it, you are infected with something that's going to potentially kill you. Third, there is no way you can see your family. Fourth, all you want is a Subway sandwich. And then you are so brave that you are offering half of it to a complete stranger. I'm not a very religious person, to be honest with you, but how in the world, in the middle of at least 50 healthcare workers in that small area of going
she finds you?
Yeah, this
what are
woman
the odds?
had to bump into me.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I don't know. What can I, it's God knows how many times I would think about this, and I don't think so that I would ever be a normal person for next few years after dealing with this, like ever.
Yeah. Doctor, you're back to work, and did your family stop you? I mean, this speaks volumes of your commitment to your job, and I can actually see it come through the screen right now as we speak.
When I had this whole thing going on, I was tested positive after like a week of symptoms. Literally every hour, my parents would just call me. Are you okay? Are you breathing? What happened to you? Are you like this? Are you that? But at the same time, they always told me, then they have taught me this all my life, that you have to be loyal to what you are doing. Actual criteria to go back to work is if you don't have fever for 3 days, you are kind of clear to go to work. Mm-hmm. But you are extremely exhausted. You walk few steps, you literally have to sit and catch your breath. This hits your endurance to like a next level. And that's it. They never told me that don't go to work or don't do this, don't do that. Of course they were scared, but then this is not the kind of teaching or the culture that I was raised to.
Really amazing that you're doing this, Vrunda. I'm yet to meet a more inspirational person.
People who don't speak our language, people who don't look like us, people who have different currencies, who follow different gods, who worship different people, but they have the same motive. Because there is a deep level of sadness inside you by seeing so many people dying that it takes a lot from you. Trust me, it does. It takes a lot from your family. It takes a lot from your spouse. It takes a lot from your parents, your kids, if you have them. I remember first time after 3 weeks, I could hug my husband, and I was just crying for good 2 hours.
True. I mean, for you, post-COVID world is something completely different seeing now from your perspective. Viewers, please stay at home, keep yourself safe, maintain social distancing, and whatever Dr. Vrunda just told us now, kindly remember. Thank you Vrunda for sharing your story.
We don't need to spread just corona. We have to spread good things too.
Yes.
Because life is short.
Yes, definitely.
Alrighty,
so.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.